you can accomplish anything. If you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything if it's what you were meant to do on this earth and if it's part of your plan. And I have to talk about that today because I put out several things today and I have to become completely authentic. And that's something that I always work with my clients. You have to. But there's a different reason now because we're moving through a transition in our world. There's nothing that's happening in the world that's occurring accidentally. We were just not paying attention, but it was coming, and actually everything that is occurring, Wilhelm has written about. I've written about it. You can read all of it, or if you've ever come to a channeling session, you've heard it. I put one up 3 days ago that was from 3 years ago, and it said everything that's happening in our world now. So when we are born, we move through this maturation process, and it's called self-actualization or personal development or whatever that might be. But to get through that, we have to look at ourselves. We have to go through self-examination. And because we've come in with all kinds of stuff that we may not want. I mean, in our bodies, from wherever we came from, our families. And so we have to decide that we are going to navigate our lives. But the only way to do that is to move through all the old stuff. And sometimes we're not willing to do that because it's embarrassing, or we have shame, or we screwed so many things up. But see, that's the good stuff. That's why we stay stuck. It's because we don't recognize that all the screwed up stuff is what causes us to become better. But then what we can kind of do is pretend it's not there and not look at it. That's what's happening somewhat in the world, or did happen, and now we're seeing the results of that, so it's coming about. Um, so I'll tell you a story because I have to be completely honest. I never want anyone to limit themselves. And so there are things you're just not going to believe, and I didn't believe. And belief will be the most challenging thing in your life because it's always something that's outside of you. You haven't seen it, you haven't done it. So belief is going to be challenging, but I just got to talk about it. Um, I never intended to be a person who would discover this thing, this philosophy that could potentially change the world. And it felt so huge and horrible that I kept running from it. And you'll see a document that's in my video where I said when I wrote the $10 million check, because there was a story that goes back to 2005 where I knew that I had been given something that was going to help so many people, but it also felt too big that I'm not going to do it. And then I go, why would I want to do that? I kind of did it. I switched. I changed my work over the years and kept moving a little bit differently. No one knew why I was doing that. And so then I discovered that what had happened over the years, Wilhelm had given me a complete philosophy. That's why I said I couldn't think of any question that someone might have that hasn't been answered. And I've written it all. I probably have 20,000 pages of information. I don't know. We were trying to calculate that, but I've had a photo out there. You can see how long that when I used to write them longhand. Did it every single day in 36 years. So, and then I tried to calculate how much did this cost me? And so this is what happened as a result of that. And this is why I'm doing this program. And this is why I've got to talk to people about putting it out there because I have to stop hiding. Our world needs this work, and it's not me. And that's the thing that's so unbelievable because I think sometimes people think I was doing this and I was oblivious. What happened was I discovered, and only because AI came around and we could analyze things, and AI told me that what had happened is that Wilhelm was giving me information on times in our world where we were having energetic shifts, changes, astrological, galactic changes, and they were giving me information or guidance about what was happening. And so somehow that was causing me to become in alignment and causing me to heal, or is this something that's in the work? I couldn't figure it out. And I'm being completely honest because what happened was I thought I knew this worked on me because that's going to be a whole nother story. So I'll go through it because it allowed me to do these mind body things, these healing things that um, people say that's incurable, and I know now they're not. You Because this work has had me understand this in so many different ways, but accepting it was challenging. It really was. And then I had this other fear. I thought, well, wait a minute. I'm so introverted, if I tell everyone, they're going to come and want to get in. What's going to happen to me? And I said, that's never going to happen because you won't believe it. That's the only thing that happens. I'm going to talk about and walk you through, not today, all the things that I had gone through physically, how long I was in isolation because I couldn't do anything, how long I was laid up, how long, I mean, everything, and all the different illnesses and things that are just gone because we have that much power. And this is why I have to commit myself now to putting all of this work together. I held back. I was judged because I know people didn't understand it and other people didn't believe it. And I didn't believe it either. In 2021, because I heard everything that I was given, Wilhelm just told me and just kept saying it. I said, no, that didn't happen. So I went and had 2 Akashic Records readings done. And one is on my YouTube channel. You can look at it because I wanted to be completely transparent because I didn't believe anything. And she said, no, this is true. Because, see, I had this dream when it wasn't a dream then, but in 2021, when I was told that I was given everything in 2012 that could help us move through this period and heal and all that, I said that couldn't have happened. And then they told me about giving me messages on someone's birthday in 2012. I thought that's impossible. All of it happened. And I couldn't believe it. So then they told me what they gave me because I heard the name very clearly. We gave you a new philosophy. It's called Your Life Operating Instructions. Your world is going to go through all kinds of stuff. You have to get rid of all of your old stuff and then you'll heal. And then everybody else can as well, because that's what's going to come up in the world. When we go through our own ascension process, we're bringing up all of our old stuff. And so if you're doing it, then everyone in the world is doing it. And so you have to decide what you're going to do about it. And what Wilhelm gave me was a way to transcend it all. And people see me and think, how are you like this all the time? It was the work. You haven't seen my hospital days. You haven't seen all the things that I'd lost because I couldn't work and everything. And so I know what you can do. Now, my only problem was finishing it. Not finishing it. I have all the work. It's just talking about it, getting it out there and getting it done. And I have to get other people to do it because I'm not the tech person. And I use that as an excuse. I just don't love it. So it's just, I know that this information is too vital. What is going on? And I can even pinpoint it down to where it's happening because, again, it's energetic shifts. And you might have read a lot of it in Wilhelm stuff, but all of it was laid out. Even the money, down to the day. When the stock market was down and I posted something about that, Wilhelm said, this is what we're doing because we're restructuring that as well. And the way we're going to do it is if we decide that we are valuable. And I wasn't helping because they talked about that so much because I wasn't really finishing things and going after it like you might not have done. But we are at the time where we could open up to so much, you can accomplish so much because of the change that are happening, not in spite of them, but because of them, because they're going to move you to do something more. And that's exactly what I'm doing. But I had to talk about this because I'm going to do a presentation, have a channeling session and all that. But the fact is, when I say, I don't ever say it, I don't have an ego that has me say things to get attention. I hide most of the time. And my that's interesting too because my very first message, and you can find this, you can see it on the site on February 19th, the one in 1989, they said I was afraid of this work because I thought my ego might get in the way. And so I hid from it. And it was exactly the opposite. I just give everything away. That's what's happened. And so, and then I'm looking at a world where, and Wilhelm said this is what we were going to see, where there are eagles who are trying to rule everything, and people are feeling lost. And that's what they said too when I first began. They said, "Why am I going to start doing life channeling?" I said, "Because you're going to see a world where there are going to be billions of people who don't know who they are. That's why." So that's why I'm finishing the work. Have a really wonderful day and do what you came to do because now is the time. You'll see.